Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, my Sister Gal Fishing Adventure family. Today, I am coming live on Facebook because I am going to be making my own crappie niblets. I made some last year, and my fishing buddies, they made fun of me. But who cares? They're just haters. But anyways, and I caught fish with them. So today I'm going to make some more. I'm going to show you guys what I have. And instead of making them round, I am going to be making them like square. So what I'll do is I have these molds right here, this mold, and I'll put them in the mold. And I'll probably go over because it always usually does. So I'll put the rest of it in a plate and then I'll cut it up. And I'll put them in the refrigerator. Hello, Preston. Hey, Sherman. So how I make my crappie niblets, I was following this guy from Florida. And he was saying that if you make them out of out of gelatin instead of dough, they last longer. And because you know how when you have the niblets, they kind of disappear or they fall off. But if you make them out of gelatin, this gelatin with no flavor, they stay on your tips longer. And some people have the jigs with the eyelets in there now. You could also use those, but I don't. I got some, but I don't. So I make my own, y'all. And I'm going to show you how I make them. You're going to want to give them some scent. So I use this scent right here to put in there. And then I also put a little bit of garlic because we know crappie like garlic. Some people say crappie don't like garlic, but they do. My crappies here in Texas do. And so I have glitter that I'm going to put in there. I have some food coloring because I wanted to make them a chartreuse color. So I have yellow and just a tad drop of green. Not much though. How you doing, Joseph? And then what I'm going to do is where did my measuring cup go? How you doing, Arthur? Oh, here's my measuring cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to make 1 cup. So what I'll do, 1 cup, you're going to use 6 of these bags of gelatin. And what you're going to do is, I'm going to mix it all together and I'm going to boil it. And once it comes to a boil and make sure everything is dissolved, then I'll pour it in my mold. And you can leave them in the refrigerator. I wouldn't say over a day because then they get too hard. Like a half a day. Yeah. So, and what they do is they get like Jell-O, but they don't dissolve. And you can put them, hey, Romero, hey, everybody. And you can put them in a little bitty container to keep them soft. You can keep them in the refrigerator when you come home if you want to. But I also just kept mine in a little tube because it's wintertime. I had them not in a little container. So I'm going to show you guys how I make them. And, you know, crappie likes glitter. So what I'll do is I'll just put them in there. But I'm going to go through the whole process if y'all want to watch. So I did add a little bit of garlic, like I said. But you only want to make a cup of liquid. So whatever you use of this, the other part has to be water. Y'all know I'm a little blind. I do need to get a better measuring cup, folks. So half a cup is right there. So I'm sorry, you want to make a full cup. So of liquid. So what I'm going to do, I'm using a half. Well, I'm trying to. I'm going to use all this fish attractant. And so whatever's left room in here, I'm going to just put the cup. How you doing, Blake? How you doing, Michelle? Oh, it's Mitchell. I'm sorry. So then I'll put a cup of water. So I have this much of the attractant. And I'm going to look on here with my blind self. And I'll be right back. Let me put water in here. So right here, hey Roy. I remember I told you a long time ago how I make my own niblets. That's what I'm making. So this is a cup right here, you guys. So I'm gonna turn on my stove on high. So that's right here. This is the cup. I'm gonna add it to my little saucepan. Oh, it left a little bit of attractant in there, folks. Okay, so I have my liquid in the pan. So now I'm gonna add my 6 packs of gelatin. So 1 cup equals, you put 6 things of gelatin. And remember guys, no flavored gelatin. What's up, Haji? Okay, so as you can see, my 1 cup and my 6, and you're gonna mix it in till it dissolves. And it already kind of has a yellow color, folks, because of that fish attractant. But you want to get all those chunks broken up. I'm going to add a little bit of water. Okay. But I wanted more chartreuse. These little things is hard to break up in here. Hey, Perry. I'm going to make sure they get broke up. Let me add a little, I want to add a little bit of green to it. Not much, but maybe a drop. And I want it real yellow. So, let's see. Oh, I can see that says yellow. But it's almost reddy color. I don't know why this gelatin is not breaking up for me, folks. But you bring it to a boil, and once it starts boiling, as you see, it'll start breaking up. Because there's a few little pieces in here of gelatin that don't want to break up. That is supposed to break up. And ooh, let me tell you, this crappie attractant, you can smell it, folks. So I'll put my mold over here. So when I get ready to pour it, you guys can see. Oh, it's yellow. Yeah, because see, I want a chartreuse. Because I like the color, not crappie niblets I like to use. That and orange. Pink, I think they have. So I hope everybody is doing good today. And this is just, hey, we're snowed in, ain't much to do. And I've been wanting to make some crappie niblets. So hopefully I get to get out this weekend and use them. As you can see, it's getting warmer. So it is dissolving. And once it starts to come to a pretty good boil, and what made it so thick is because that this crappie, the power bait, is kind of thick. But we all know gelatin does set up, so it's still going to set up. because I've made these before, and they're pretty good, folks. And I like them because they last. Like I said, you know, when you, nothing against the power bait niblets, you know, those people, I ain't trying to say nothing, but they don't last as long. As soon as you put them in the water, they're dissolving or they're coming off. And so I watched these guys make them out in Florida, and they said these are even staying in salt water. And they do still dissolve, but they dissolve slowly. And what I'm going to do, if you see, I'm waiting for that to come to a boil. I have, this is, well, you can't see it on here. This is a glow-in-the-dark glitter. And then I have the yellow glitter that I'm going to put in there. Ooh, you can smell it. The fish attractant. Hey, Albert. I'm making some crappie niblets. You guys can see. It's almost to a boil. But I'm telling y'all, these do work. I mean, some people like, I mean, hey, everybody doesn't like crappie niblets, and that's fine. Some people like attractants, some people don't. I do like to use them sometimes, so that's what I do, okay? I don't want you to say, oh, you don't have to use it. Hey, everybody has their preference. And like I said, I wanted it yellow, a chartreuse, because that's the color that I like. Hey, Albert, how you doing today? It's almost done cooking. You got to make sure that it comes to a nice, gets heated up so that everything is dissolved. Because you don't want those little white pieces, in which I had before, but if you look, they're all gone now. So what I'll do now is I'll turn my heat off because everything is dissolved. And I'm going to add my glitter. I want to add quite a bit of glitter, folks. I want my nibbles to be glittery. And then this one is the glow-in-the-dark one. And I don't know really if they really glow in the dark, but it's good to put a couple of different ones. And folks, you can add any color glitter that you want. But I just like the chartreuse. I like yellow. And then you're just going to want to make sure you get that glitter all mixed up in there. So that when you pour the mold, and like I said, folks, I couldn't find a mold. And if you see how glittery it is and pretty now, I couldn't find a round mold or circular mold. But I mean, really, does niblets matter what shape they are? It's just that they have a good attractant. So let me get it in there before it starts setting up. So if you guys can see. And these molds are made for hot. Hold on, let me, you know I make messes. So let me set this up under here. Because I am messy, folks. I am messy. So like I told you before, I have these little squares. And they're not too thick. But once I get done, I'll show you guys after I get them cut up later. After they set in the mold, you just pop them out. And I'll cut them with a razor blade into tiny little squares. So what you're going to do is you're just going to make sure you just fill your mold up. What'd I tell y'all? I would make a mess. But, hey, hey, hey. I got paper towel under there. And like I said, I always have a lot left over, folks. So, and what I should have did is I should have bought more molds. But when I first started this, I didn't. So what I do now is you can use a paper plate, folks. And so it's all gone. Hold on one second. Let me start running water in this so it doesn't stick. Okay, so you can see it's a pretty yellow color. And I know it looks yellowish orange, folks, but once you pop them out and they set, it's going to be more chartreusey, like orange, red. I'm not red or orange, but it'll be more of a yellow. But hey, they work. And you can smell the crappie scent in them. And like I said, I added just a little bit of garlic. Hello, Sydney. Hello, Lyle. Hey, Jeffrey. And so these are my crappie niblets. And so I'll let them sit here for a couple of seconds. And then I will move them to the refrigerator for a few hours to cool down. Just like gelatin, folks, when you're making Jell-O. Hey, Belinda. But you just set them in the refrigerator. And the longer you set them in the refrigerator, like I said, the tougher they get. But you don't want to sit them in there for too long, like days, because then they'll get hard to put on your hook. But if you put them in there for a few hours, hey, cousin Cindy. But if you set them in there for a few hours, they'll mold up just like Jell-O. But they don't dissolve because it's gelatin. I know people think of Jell-O, it's going to, you know, once it gets warm, it's going to run away. No, it doesn't, okay? You have to, I don't know why and how it doesn't do it because I'm not a science major. But I do know that once you cut them, you can put them in any type of container or baggie and keep them in there for a long time. And they won't mold. But if you want to keep them even longer, then you can bring them inside and put them in the refrigerator. But you don't have to. And they'll last. And hey, 1.5 because it's got 4. So you're going to use 2. Like I said, and if you rewatch this, you'll see. So I think these gelatins was $1 and something. Most of us have, you could buy glitter. I mean, for real, I think maybe $3 or $4 spent on making these crappie baits. And I'll have more than a canister that you would buy at the store. Hey, Abraham. So those things are expensive. You know what I'm saying? It's like $5 or $6 per little thing. Because I have some. Let me show you. These power baits right here, $5 or $6. And so, and these are made out of like the little dough. Actually, these ain't really too good anymore because they're kind of hard. But you can still keep them. But I could fill this up with those and have a few of these. And so, hey, mine are going to work. And I mean, these do too. But like I said, some people like niblets and some people don't. But it's cheaper if you make them from home. Hey, Cornell. Hey, Roosevelt. So, like I said, just get you some gelatin, food color, whatever color you want, and glitter, and just make sure you have any type of crappie scent that, you know, any type of crappie attractant that you want. I do like this one, and plus it kind of has that yellowy looking color, like, you know, like chartreuse. And then I add yellow to it. Last time I added too much green. So, but it didn't matter. The crappie bit them. But my fishing buddies made fun of me. They're always making fun of me. So, when they set up, I will come back and I will show you how I take them out the mold. And I cut them up and I package them. But I did tell Roy that I was going to send him some when I made some. So, Roy, if you're on here, make sure you inbox me your address because I remember before when I said I started making them again, I was going to send you a sample. And if you look, this is going to be the color of the niblets because this is the color that's on the spoon right now. See how it's already setting up? Look, these are going to be the color of the niblets. So you guys have a blessed day. You guys stay warm. and stay out of trouble. Be safe out there. Get your lines wet, hunting, do whatever y'all do, but just be safe and stay warm, because I'm not leaving the house probably until this weekend. I think we're supposed to go back up to the 50s. So I will come back and show you guys the finished product later. Y'all have a blessed day. Sister Girl out.